This program brought to you by Warner's Daylight Pharmacy, Johnson Home Improvement Port Pirie, Haynes Augusta Motor Company, Ramsey Trading Whyalla, Sportsman Tavern Port Pirie, and Anglers Inn Hotel Motel.
Whitman's light ship, perfect conditions for football, and what a view they'd be getting from up there for match 5 in the Ansett Australia Cup. I mentioned good conditions. Let's check them out though from boundary level. Russell Morris, good evening to you.
Good evening, Peter. Look, they are beautiful conditions down here. Don't be deceived by the jacket, mate. It's not snowing or anything. The wind is blowing from to the left of screen, probably a 3-goal breeze. But talking about the players that have missed out for Carlton, rest assured for the Carlton supporters, players such as Mick McGuan, Greg Williams, Craig Bradley will play next game, probably in about 10 days' time. Earl Spalding, Brad Pearce, probably 2.5 weeks away. Pearce still recovering from a knee operation last September. From Melbourne, Gary Lyon back on the track, played a quarter in the seconds, Pete. He's at peak physical condition at about 96 kilos, and also Sean Charles had a bit of a twinge in the medial ligament, obviously not playing tonight, but hopefully we'll talk to Craig Bradley and maybe even Gary Lyon at half-time. But a great night for footy, and I think Melbourne will give Carlton a good run tonight.
Okay, thanks, Fly, and we welcome Kevin Bartlett.
Thanks very much, Peter. Looking forward to a great game tonight, particularly in Melbourne. They've had all that turmoil during the summer. One would expect that they would be very keen to put up a good performance for their supporters.
And John Russo is joining us as well. Good evening, Jack.
G'day, Peter.
So, terrific conditions for football. Melbourne very keen to do well. After, as I said, having survived the merger, Allen gets first tap, Koutafidis. Down to Hannah. Hannah up towards left half forward. Camporelli was the flyer, picked up by Murphy. 25-metre hand pass, back to Koutafidis. This way, that way, gets himself in trouble. Putting the body in solidly was Lamprell. Ball flipped out the front towards 50 metres. Love it.
Still mine.
And Obst takes the mark in front of Murphy, just inside the centre square.
On the half-back flank, member side, Andrew Obst kicks the ball deep. Ingerson is his target in front. Through the hands, Jimmy Steins. Best and fairest winner last year. Lovett with quick hands. Intercepted that time by Allen. He was held. Will take the free kick.
Good call, KD.
So a lot is expected of Allen this year, maybe taking over from Justin Madden DiUlio from the half-back flank, short to McKay. Back as a full-time player to Camporiali. Still on centre wing up towards the half-forward line. Nettlebeck leads Kernhan in the race for the ball. Keeps it in, good assistance from Gaspar. Pyman playing his first game for the D's. Goes short to Matthew Phoebe. At centre half-back, kicks long, a long raking kick. Here comes Ingerson from behind. Manton at ground level, Lovett once more the playmaker, back to Pyman. Big chance here in front, Neitz couldn't take it. Farmer runs onto the ball, the wizard, DiUlio's with him. Traps the ball, over the top comes Neitz, and a free kick will go to the Blues, to Ronnie DiUlio.
From the back pocket, DiUlio kicks out wide, so a lot of fire out there at the moment. No scoring yet. Kick out from Beaumont. It's out of bounds.
50-metre penalty.
Yes, there is.
50, Peter, because after the contest for the mark and the mark had been taken, the player was felled. Delay in play, so a 50-metre penalty's got to be paid.
Whitehead, the man on screen.
Whitehead takes the mark and then is felled after he's taken the mark. So
that was Leon Shelley, or Leon Sully, depending what school you went to. Allen. Saw 2 or 3 kicks from goal on centre wing. Manton looks pretty fit. Number 7 for Carlton is Brett Ratton, former best and fairest. He won that in 1995. Wayne Johnston's old number 7. That's a good kick. Out of bounds. Free kick. Still a redhead down there. Lance Whitnell. Came up through the under-18s, son of Graham Whitnell. Big things were expected from him. Big raps on him, KB. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but I saw him in the under-18s last year, and the boy can play. This is Adamuze. Long kick up. Melbourne with the numbers. Manton gets back there quickly. Will he go off the ground? Flips it out. McKay played only 15 games last year, but back full-time in Melbourne, so that's a real bonus for Carlton. Almost a new recruit. Allen. Play seesawing between the respective half-back lines at the moment. And the mark taken by Ange Christou. Umpires, as you can hear, mic'd. towards centre wing. Whitnell got underneath it. Opportunity for Gaspar to pick it up. Melbourne running in 2s and 3s. Phoebe kicks towards Lovett, just inside the boundary line, measures the kick, lands it just inside 50 and starting well. The mark taken for Carlton down there by Glenn Manton, the former Bomber, and he gets it back to Silvani.
And Son of Surge transfers the play towards the outer side. He's looking for Beaumont, needs a kind bounce, gets it. Just grubs the ball towards the boundary line because no one there for Carlton. Murphy made good ground, overruns the ball. Lamprell around the body, back towards 50. Chance for Viney, tough, tenacious, good hands. Couldn't be taken by Lovett. Crashing his way through is Clarkson inside 50. Long pot shot at the goal. Silvani pushing and shoving in the square. Neitz is his opponent. Farmer comes in, traps it, tries to get around Silvani. Too slippery, goes short. Great play, Farmer, and finds Clarkson.
That was excellent play by Farmer. We all know his capabilities. He looks a little overweight, actually. He went back to Western Australia there just prior to Christmas. Melbourne had to go and get him back. So maybe there's a question about his fitness, but certainly he's got terrific skill.
So from directly in front, Alistair Clarkson should score. And he's kicked it.
Well, Alistair Clarkson, a real plus to the Melbourne side, having got his opportunity after leaving North Melbourne. And here is the build-up once again. Look at Farmer getting away, shrugging that tackle, but then not having a shot. A lot of chaps would have a shot from that pocket, but had enough composure, presence of mind just to slow down and spot Clarkson.
From the Whitman's Lightship, a unique view of Waverley Park. The bounce after the opening goal of match 5. Allen doing well against Steins. Ratton tried to go off the ground, not successful. Past Lovett. Opportunity for the Blues now to move it forward. Beaumont, Cannon to do in the back or dropping the ball. Play on. And probably a good decision. Gaspar's kick down towards centre forward.
Strong tackle.
Not be able to get away with it, the D's. Clarkson again. Back to Phoebe. It's not bad, but it's only a behind. So 1-1. All the scoring for Melbourne. Matthew Hogg, they're keen to get a go. Pacing up and down like a nervous father outside a maternity waiting room, isn't he? Christou, by the Wolves, kicks in. Might be holding the ball. The advantage is a play. Koutafidis has got it. Now the umpire says you can go. Now he's coming back.
I don't know why. I don't know which way he's paid the free kick. Actually, at the moment, it looks as though because he didn't call play under advantage immediately, he can't call play under advantage after a delay. So that's the only reason I can think of for not allowing play to continue.
Whitehead had the kick. He got it to Sexton. Sexton goes to half forward, and there he is again. He's everywhere.
Tremendous physique, this man, on screen there.
He's a great athlete, isn't he, Don? I mean, if he doesn't play AFL, you could think be a good triathlete.
Whether he ever gets that into 5th gear, he gives the impression he's playing in about 3rd or 4th gear. Never really get into it. Gee, it's sensational.
It's his only pre-season. Koutafidis from right on 50. Carlton's first score. It's not a goal, it's a behind. And the difference is 6 points now at Waverley in the Ansett Australia Cup. Melbourne 1-1. Alistair Clarkson, the goal kicker. And kicking the ball back in is going to be Damien Gaspar, number 32. As I said, that unique view from the Whitman's Lightship. A big super box up there in the sky. Andrew Leoncelli taking the mark. Made it a little bit difficult for his teammates down there. Matthew Phoebe. Kicks to centre wing, marking contest. None can bring it down. Going off the ground with Viney. Still he goes. Has to beat 2 of them. Sexton gets bundled out of it. Almost out of bounds. It is out of bounds on centre wing.
O'Brien there along with Hopgood. Sean Smith also sitting on the Melbourne bench. Currently, the temperature 19, expected minimum 16. So it's a fine and mild evening. Ingerson in the ruck, not taken by Lovett. Whitehead, back to Hannah. Only a handful of games last year. Kicks a high ball down to Kernhan. Punched away at ground level. Camporiale caught. Pack of players, and we've got a ball up.
That was a good example then, KB. The player took possession. Camporiale took the possession of the footy, was tackled. The tackle spilled the ball free, so the umpire allowed play to continue because he hadn't had a prior opportunity to get rid of it.
Allen, taken by Ratton. Stephen Phoebe to Lovett. Melbourne running in numbers. Nettlebeck tried to crash his way through.
KB, that's the opposite one where the player has had a prior opportunity, is tackled and doesn't kick or handball. So it's the other side of the coin.
Beaumont to Allen, who's picking up possessions in this first term. Danger here for Melbourne. Whitnell has the ball punched away and Steins takes it over the line. So there's young Lance Whitnell on screen, being picked up by Gaspar, captain of the Victorian under-18 side last year. And we see Melbourne $2.40 for a $1 bet, and Carlton $1.50. So national sports bet odds there as we have this boundary throw in. The Blues forward line. Steins against Kernaghan. Nettlebeck back to Clarkson. So the Demons working hard defence. It's all Carlton. Once more Allen, who's been starring in this opening term, takes the mark. Wants to go short and finds Andrew McKay.
One further out from goal, Andrew McKay. Like Melhana, as we mentioned, only played a handful of games last year, but for different reasons. Obst. Clearing kick, Viney. Would have got the free kick anyway. In fact, that's what he has got. Former best and fairest winner for the Demons. Over the head of Jimmy Steins. The reigning best and fairest winner from Melhana. The two veterans. Uze, the youngster. Uze's kick, a good centering kick. Strong mark for Melbourne, taken by Anthony Ingerson.
School level players really is quite amazing nowadays. The way that Steins went onto that left foot, spotted his teammate, hence the ball's got down the ground with accurate passing.
Chance for Melbourne's second goal. Russell Morris mentioned a little bit of a breeze, as there has been most of the day, coming from the southwest. Take that into account. From about 49 metres, he kicks. Looks pretty good. 4 points.
Is someone somewhere hidden in this crowd a cold-blooded killer?
Somebody get an ambulance.
A poisoning leaves a father near dead.
Or I hate him, is that what you want to hear? Did you poison his food?
And Adam can't resist the prime suspects.
I don't want to go home.
Is she really just a lonely girl desperate to find a friend? Or will she stop at nothing to get away with murder?
I wanted to surprise you.
An explosive mix of danger and seduction.
You won't regret it, I promise.
Don't miss Blue Healers, 8:30 Tuesday on Central Television.
Mum, why don't you come to town with me? Get yourself a new dress. It's also beautiful. Flies every summer, Mum. What's he on? Whiskers, of course.
It's the potassium in Whiskers that keeps your cat's nerve fibres healthy for quick reflexes.
What's up there?
Whiskers, of course.
I could vacuum this shirt all day and never get it clean, because you know, and I know, the shirt needs to be washed. And it's the same with carpet, but the power, filtration and washing action of Vax will get dirt, germs and allergens out of your carpet, leaving it clean. So clean, in fact, you can smell the difference. Now, you see if I'm not right, but I am right. We've had a Vax for years, for a really clean home. You deserve the convenience of Vax.
At 160 k's an hour, we're talking quick.
We're talking Insulco Fat Bats home insulation and a $25,000 cash back pull.
25 grand?
We're talking cool comfort and a cool cash back offer.
You'll need to be quick.
You could get $1 a pack back for every pack you buy.
20 packs?
Plus your chance at $20.
I like it.
Insulco Fat Bats $19.95 plus your cash back chance, they'll move faster than Tomo.
In your dreams.
Available now from Mitre 10.
Sooner or later, we all get one of those annoying little health problems, like itchy toes, flaky scalp, or irregularity. The kinds of things you'd rather not talk about, even with friends. So what can you do? Well, Chemart can help. These free, easy-to-read little booklets explain everything. The causes, the treatment, and whether you should seek medical advice. Look for them at your local Chemart. And remember, when it comes to your health, Chemart can help.
Can I help you?
Apex in your community. Do good, feel good and have fun. Service through friendship. Join them now.
Melbourne 2-1-13. Lead Carlton 1 behind. Allen, who's done very well, already taken 4 marks and had 5 possessions for the Blues. Kicked off the ground by Steins to Phoebe. Matthew Phoebe. Quickly on the boot inside 50. Silvani. Kicks to space. And the ball trickles over the line in front of Whitehead.
Melbourne a little more enthusiastic than what Carlton are at the moment. Their tackling has been terrific. The harassment of the Carlton players is unsettling them just that little bit.
Steins in front. McKay. Taken by Lovett. Always likes the handball. Back to Lovett once more. Glenn Lovett to Viney. Handball didn't hit its target. Steins caught. Great tackle by Christou. Murphy. Back to Allen. Influential player in this first term. Beaumont. Youngster making his way in the game. Kicks long to 50. Whitnell has it punched away by Gaspar. And the Melbourne defence doing very well, Don.
Yes, I mentioned earlier, Kevin, about the pressure, and it's all over the ground. And Melbourne are very, very enthusiastic.
So after 13 minutes of play, Melbourne lead by 12 points. Half-forward line for the Blues. Kernahan being picked up by Nettlebeck. Wins the tap. Phoebe pounced on it. Hugs the boundary line. Pushing and shoving was Lamprell, and the ball is thumped over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Number 37, Andrew Lamprell. Melbourne's pre-season Guernsey looks pretty good, actually. Very colourful. We saw Geelong go with the standard strip. Carlton doing the same.
Lamprell off too, Peter, and Sean Smith on. You can just see Sean with the arm brace. Screen 29.
Murphy, yes, he's had a lot of injury problems, hasn't he, with that arm, Sean Smith. Let's hope he can get through a season unscathed. It'll be absolutely fantastic. And there he is. Finds Phoebe. It's Matthew Phoebe this time taking the mark at right half back. Phoebe's kicked to centre wing. Sexton punches effectively. Lovett, good block to get the ball away from Beaumont. It's out of bounds on centre wing. It's more like Skull Murphy every day. There's the free kick now. Taken by Alistair Clarkson.
Interfered with the player after it went out of bounds.
Jimmy Steins. Reigning best and fairest in Demon territory. Oh, good mark.
There's one player I like in the AFL, this man here, Andrew Ops. He's an unpretentious type player, but he certainly sticks to his job.
I guess you'd say typical of a Port Adelaidean. Played in 2 premiership sides with them. I suppose he'll be taking an interest in Port Power and would love to play against them when that eventuates. He kicks, but he's kicked rather poorly. And only 1 behind.
Although Matthew Allen's done well for Carlton, Steins has been instrumental in getting the ball cleanly into the forward line. That time he got it across to Obbs to only finish off with a point, but he was instrumental in setting it up a centre wing across to Ingerson for Melbourne's 2nd goal.
DiIulio kicks in. Farmer looks for the hand pass. Matthew Phoebe's there, but the ball is just a little bit too hot for him, and Silvani sees it safely over the line and out of bounds. Dual best and fairest winner Silvani for Carlton. Won it, of course, last year and back in 90. So the umpires get, as you can see from the light chip there, a dual look.
It's a great idea, that, to put the umpire right there to stop the holding that used to occur.
So they see it from both angles. 2 number 16s, Camporelli to McKay. McKay's kick at rubber up towards centre wing. Opportunity for Anstey, one of the Blues recruits. The desperation of Melbourne is pretty good in the first quarter. Carlton swing into attack. Anstey again. Now their first goal, maybe, if Koutafidis is accurate, which he's not, and one behind, so they still can't register a major. One behind, kicked by Anthony Koutafidis, their second, and the difference is back to 12 points in the latter stages of the first quarter.
Could have stirred it a little bit then, Anthony Koutafidis, but maybe that's indicative of the pressure that Melbourne's applying to the Carlton players.
Young Adam White just about to come on for the Blues from the Eastern under-18s. Smith in the back pocket. Gets support from Leoncelli. Caught. Good tackle by Koutafidis. Phoebe rockets the ball out to his brother and Matthew. Back to Nettlebeck. Kicks the ball where Ops got one in the back. We've got a boundary throw in.
Ange Cristiano then looking at the umpire, thinking he'd given away the free kick.
It's good to see the professionalism of Andrew Obst. He just didn't respond at all. He just got up and back onto the job.
Just facial expressions there, John.
No, as Scotty called it, Andrew Obst has just really focused on his job.
McKay held with the ball.
Todd. It's a good camera shot. Goes on.
Milhana having a break on the interchange. Allen versus Steins. Murphy gets it back to White, just on the ground. The youngster from the Eastern under-18, Samanton, to White. Sets it up back to Murphy, back to White. 3 possessions for the youngster. Kicks inside 50. Sean Smith did well, got in front of Koutafidis over the ball. We've got a ball up.
Stewie Wynn calling the ball clearly bounced then. Coming through loud and clear on the mic.
30 metres out from the Blues goal. Kicking down towards the main scoreboard. Nettlebeck. Hamill just throws the ball out. Taken by Whitehead in the pocket, around the corner. It's a great snap. And he's kicked it.
KB, I agree. I think the ball was thrown out, but the umpire was on the blind side of the pack, so he would have guessed it had he paid it. And that's a classic example of where the umpiring fraternity are trying to cover both sides of play. If we see it on the replay here, the hand that propels the ball is certainly not the one that's clenched, but the umpire would not have seen that, and he just can't guess it. It's a mistake, but he can't pay it if he doesn't see it. So just a classic example of how the umpires can't see everything.
Well, the late Ted Whitten would have called it the flick pass, which was outlawed in the game long ago. 14 plays 8, but if you get away with it, well, gamble, sometimes they come off. Blues get their first goal. Now that was a throw.
Well, that one was the opposite, Peter. We couldn't see it, but Gavin-Della could.
Lovett to take the free kick. He's not going to take it. It's going to Pimer. Formerly from North Melbourne, formerly from Collingwood. Murphy chips in. Murphy at centre half back. Koutafidis in front. Stephen Phoebe. Lovett. Viney. Had a chance to get rid of it. A lot of possessions for Melbourne. They're not getting too far. Matthew Phoebe. McKay gets it away from Glenn Lovett, but only just. Good tackle applied by Lovett. Ball spills free. Camporelli on centre wing. Down they go. Umpire says it's a stalemate. It will be a bounce about 1.5 metres inside the boundary line as the clock ticks down to quarter time.
And I know we've talked about this.
Super slow-mo. Look at that.
It's a great throw.
Umpires, of course, don't have the advantage of that. Allen, he's been pretty good, but Steins wins that one out. Murphy again overruns it. No, he doesn't. Flips it up. Ratton, long hand pass on the burst. Camporelli onto his right. Whitnell, his first chance. Good marks up.
Very open forward line, Carlton. They've got all their players up across half forward. There's nobody on the full forward line at all.
Let's see what sort of a kick he is. I saw him in the under-18s grand final last year. Played exceptionally well. He can kick a footy. He's got the distance, the accuracy, just leaving a little bit to be desired. He puts it through for one behind to Carlton. So 2-2 to 1-3. We've got 1.5 minutes to go in the first term.
Great shot there from the Whitman's lightship. You see players making the screen. Phoebe with the ball.
Look like mice under a blanket, don't they?
Goes short to the loose player in the pocket. He finds Pyman. In his third league club. In fact, the D's find Viney, drops an easy mark. Here's a chance. Koutafidis 30 metres out and drills it.
Well, the speed drawn by strength on that occasion. When he picked that up, it was just strength that got him away. Excellent work, starting up around half-back midfield. Koutafidis now down on that forward line. You see there the speed the man possesses all comes through that strength in the upper body.
1 goal, 2 to Anthony Koutafidis.
David Mackay's old number 43.
And the Blues hit the front by a point, 2-3-15 to 2-2-14. Just over 22 minutes played in this opening term. Less than a minute of action left. Ratton out of the centre square, wants to set it up. Kicks the ball along terra firma. Camporiali with pace, wants to take him on. Ball's forced over by Gaspar.
Well, he didn't try to disguise that too well.
No, he didn't, Peter. The umpire's trying to figure out what the player's sole objective was, and the only thing I can think of there is that Andrew Coates didn't think his sole objective was to punch the ball out of bounds, but it certainly looked like that from this angle.
It did. Throw in right on 50, left half forward. Love it, doing some good work in the first quarter. Melbourne may be able to get clear here. Pyman's kick up towards centre wing. McKay, also useful. Beaumont, now McKay. Whitnell from Whitehead. Christou, nearly pinged, with long roost at the end, up towards centre half forward. Good spoil by Glenn Lovett. Melbourne may be able to run it down as the clock runs down. Phoebe's kick towards centre wing, badly directed. Manton's there, knock on, whether it was intended or not, could have been good from Beaumont. Tries to back up again. Now Manton once more, who's had a good first quarter, but there's the siren. And Carlton coming back after Melbourne dominated the first few minutes. The Blues able to get it out of the centre. And at quarter time, they hold a lead of just 1 point, 2-3 to 2-2. It was a fiercely contested opening term in ideal conditions, and Melbourne, well, they gave a good account of themselves early, but Carlton fought back well, Don.
Well, they did, Peter, but it's just interesting when you look at the scoreline there that Carlton are in front, and it's only, well, they handle the ball less than what Melbourne really are in directed goal. They have a lot more possession. They really did control it in that first quarter, but just could not capitalise for the amount of time they had the ball.
So in the ansett Australia Cup, it's 1 point the difference. At the first change, the Blues leading the D's 2-3 to 2-2.
The house is rocking, don't bother knocking, just step right in. Let the